KD
That beat is fire.
Beats Planet.
Yo, come on in. I'm just saying, respect people's time if you say 3 p.m. Hey, man, we're early. Look, and you know what, dog? No, somebody on the volume side complaining about us being late, and I'm like, dog, like, wait, we early today. I don't understand. I'm not gonna feed too much into it. Let me just love on y'all collectively as a whole. First and foremost, shouts out to the Blue Flame and all the essential workers that's working there, taking home their money in duffel bags and all that good stuff. Big salute. Let's get into a little bit of work today. Put me on the screen now. What's good, y'all? Shake my hand. We here. We got a look. I love when the camera just focused. Hey, appreciate y'all for being here, man. We have a solo today. My man's Will Steele is taking care of some work outside of the work. So salute to him. Shouts out to him. Everything's well. He's fine. He's alive. He's alive. He's healthy. Nobody's kidnapped him or nothing like that. He just taking care of a little bit of business, and we're gonna hold it down for him. Luckily, I was a YouTuber first, man, but we got a little bit of work for y'all today, man. Got some sound clips I want to get into. I watched a little bit of film. Want to talk to y'all about what I saw. Film should be dropping any minute now. Shouts out to my guy Paul that's putting it together on the back end. And did I say I got sound clips? And of course, we'll be wrangling in some calls to hear from y'all. You know what I mean? Let's
The conference has been unlocked.
The conference is unlocked. If y'all want to call into the show, the number is 202-926-1127. Access code 309104. Appreciate you. My name is the Lombardicus.
Holy sh! Where'd you find this?
Follow me on social medias, VOCHLOMBARDI. And even though he ain't here,
platinum, that mother ain't copper.
Y'all follow Will Steele on his social media platform, Skywalker Steele, and at A to Z Dallas in the morning. Okay. And Nick Flores says, "Let me call to talk my mess." No, sir. No. No. I mean, you can do what you want. All right, cool. Here we go. Let's get into a little bit of work today, shall we? Cheyenne Maxwell in the chat. I ain't seen Cheyenne Maxwell in a minute. What's good? I just notice people. You know what I mean? I know it's about 80,000 of y'all. You know what I mean? But I do notice people. Here we go. First of all, let me get that pulled up. Voch Lombardi side, chat side. There we go. Let's get to work. So, somebody named Lamar Jackson just popped up on my phone. Oh no. Let's get into a little bit of work today, man. I studied the film, or at least I studied enough of it. My phone about to die. It's fine. I studied enough of it to come up with a couple of thoughts, with a couple of extra conclusions there. We still hadn't signed OBJ yet, but I really wanted to get like a good idea on what's going on with the run game. Matter of fact, chat, y'all wanna watch some film today? We ain't doing nothing else. I got some notes. Y'all wanna watch some film today? Let me write this down. This is sounds, and this is film. Yo, chat, y'all want to see a couple of plays on film? I just want to show y'all. Here we go. Let me minimize these phones. We gonna do some film today, chat. Let's do a little bit of film. Now, of course, the other film is gonna drop, of course, but let me just show y'all something that I thought was important. Dallas defense, yes. Here we go. So when we talk about the run defense, right? I know a lot of people get upset at our interior defensive linemen, and I feel like we've been doing this for so long. We've been doing this for so long, man. We've been fussing and trying to get the blame placed in the right direction. You know what I mean? I just want to get people to understand that it's not the interior guys necessarily. We do some interesting work on the inside. It's not the cleanest work in the world, but if it's up to us, it is the outside runs that get us. But it's a particular way how they do it. I did a little bit of this in the film session, but I guess I can give y'all some extended work on this. We ain't doing nothing else, man. Let me pull this play up. And I promise you, this has nothing to do with me asking y'all. Here we go. I promise you, this has nothing to do with me asking y'all, do y'all want to start Sam Williams over Dorrance Armstrong? This has nothing to do with that. I promise. We just happen to be showing the plays here. All right? This just happened to be a segment on Dorrance Armstrong. So my bad, brother. Let me just roll this play and then we'll come back and talk about it, right? I just want to show this play and we'll come back and we'll have a discussion. So Dorrance Armstrong is number 92, right? He's the defensive end. He's lined up over number 89, which is the tight end. If you can't find 89, he's the motherfucker that's cut off by the goalpost here, right? And it's two kind of ways they attack outside. One way, works pretty flawlessly. The other way, we do a much better job at. We know it's the outside runs. That's easy. But what about the outside runs makes it so effective, right? The fact that Dorrance Armstrong gets logged by tight ends. I think that's going to be the key to dealing with these outside runs. You know what I mean? Let me go back to the wide view so we can see. You see Dorrance down at the bottom here, and his job, Dorrance Armstrong's job, is to stay outside of anybody trying to block him. So, of course, these tight ends, they're not going to be as powerful as these left tackles, right? So what'll happen is, to give a tight end some kind of advantage versus Dorrance Armstrong, you just line them up on Dorrance's outside shoulder. So now the tight end ain't got to move. He just got to run into Dorrance. You pin Dorrance inside, you pull some big dudes, you put them big dudes in space, and those big dudes hit little dudes. That's what we've been dealing with. Here's another example. At the one, here we go. Dorrance Armstrong once again. This time he's gonna get logged by a different small guy. It's gonna be this 83 character here. They are going to log Dorrance Armstrong inside. You ain't got to beat the shit out of Dorrance Armstrong inside. You just kind of got to log him a little bit, pin him inside, get two big dudes in space, and then big dudes are gonna find smaller dudes and they're gonna block them. That's how they get us effectively every single time. I'll show you one more, chat, because we ain't doing nothing else. Can I get flames, please? Just for, showing love, just for doing this on the fly. I ain't planning on doing this. I just, you know what I mean? I ain't really have a plan on doing this. This just me winging it, just me talking about y'all. You feel me? Dorrance on this play, same deal. You line a little dude up outside of him, pin him inside, put big dudes to the outside, let big dudes deal with the small dudes. Now, why is this important? Well, because I'm not trying to bench Dorrance Armstrong, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to do that necessarily. But what I am trying to do is I'm trying to find a solution that maybe, just possibly, what if we can find somebody that's more athletic than Dorrance Armstrong? See, Dorrance Armstrong may be more of a balanced player, but he has his limits. Sam Williams is a much better athlete than Dorrance, and he's more powerful than Dorrance. So I ain't saying that we need to bring Dorrance down to 10 snaps a game. I'm not saying that. But I'm just simply saying deployment. Just like we talked about with the running backs, right? We don't want to bench Ezekiel. Zeke is necessary. Zeke could have helped you last week in some of those shorter situations, right? But how do we deploy these guys? I may want to deploy Billy D a little differently than I deployed Dorrance Armstrong. That's all I'm saying. How about this? Not this play. This is 8. How about this play, right? Dorrance Armstrong is one-on-one versus Bakhtiari right here. Right? Let me just show you this on the left side. Dorrance is one-on-one versus Bakhtiari right here. And he does fine here. Contains the outside. They try to get to the outside, and it forces the running back to bounce back a little bit, right? If it forces A.J. Dillon to stop and work back into the opposite direction, which is where D-Law is, which is where, who is that, Bo? Which is where Bo is, which is where Carlos Watkins is. Carlos Watkins probably one of your better D tackles, by the way. Carlos Watkins is not going back. He's not going back to the block. Carlos Watkins is not going back to practice squad, ladies and gentlemen. But, plays like that, where there's not like a tight end pinning Dorrance Armstrong inside, we find some success there, right? Even on this play, the tight end doesn't involve Dorrance right here, but Dorrance gets to his outside and he bends dudes back inside. And we get a little bit of work. So how do we beat those tight ends? In my mind, you beat those, like the tight ends aren't going to beat you in a power advantage. They're beating you in a leverage advantage. So in my mind, if you're going to stop the run to the outside in that direction, how do I know it's that direction? Well, for one, they just don't go to D-Law side. They love to go the opposite way of D-Law. In my mind, you need somebody, in my mind, you need somebody athletic enough to get to that landmark before the tight end does. And in my mind, that might be Billy D. Sam Williams. Not saying that I want to push, Dorrance off the bridge, but just I can deploy Dante with I can deploy Dorrance with Dante. I want D and D Law, Billy D and D Law, Dorrance and Dante. That may be the combination I want. Basham. We'll figure it out, sir. We'll figure it out. But that's the biggest problem. And that's just a preview of what I showed you on the film session there that's coming out later. And that's a preview of the long form film session that I got coming out later on the Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. All right. I want y'all to stay focused here. I would put in the chat, I would make a poll, right? What defensive end do you think should start on the other side of D-Law? Somebody asked me that yesterday. It was like a super chat. They asked what end should start on the other side of D-Law, and I thought it was an interesting question, and that made me bring that bit of film to y'all today. So hey, man, just ask questions. Sometimes I'll see them, and then we'll do it. But it's not about benching Dorrance. It's simply about the deployment. All right. So you're saying the defensive end has to be on time, not like 6 minutes. Okay, Nick's upset. Nick been upset since we got here. All right, so I got some sound clips for y'all today. We were talking about. Hold on, Playboy. There we go. We're talking about the run defense, and of course, Dan Quinn's press conference was long. So it was like 20 minutes. They only had Kellen for like 6 in the presser, but Dan Quinn's was long than a mug. So I got a couple of clips here. This first clip, Clarence Hill just simply asked, does Dan Quinn have the personnel to stop the run?
Do you have the right guy to stop the run?
100%.
No, it's not a talent or personnel issue.
Nope.
Dan Quinn shut that shit down pretty easily, and then we hopped into this next one, and Dan Quinn talked about specifically breaking down the outside run. Here we go.
There's a couple of things, Mike. First off, we got to do a really good job of there's a couple of different ways on perimeter ends. One's are jet sweeps. You've seen that. That's a perimeter one. One could be like a crack toss where you pin somebody down and pull a lineman to get the ball outside, or certainly just a toss play. So those are the ones, crack replace issues to come back in and go hit it. And so we're going to work really hard on those to get those part exactly like we like. There was definitely plays where we did it and did it to the level that we like and expect. And when we miss on them, those are the ones that goes for 8 or 12 or 14. And so although we didn't give up a lot of explosive runs, 5 yards, 7 yards, too many, for our liking.
That's what your good bro Voch Lombardi just kind of showed you a little bit. The plays where we pin, where the offense pins guys down and they get guys in open spaces. We just have to do a better job of replacing. You know what I mean? So if they're gonna get their big boys out and movement to the left, then we need to get our guys out and moving to the left also. And also, if we're pinned, we cannot remain pinned down. Micah Parsons had a quote. And this isn't his exact quote. Voch is paraphrased, but he's saying something to the effect of that we should be held, or we meaning the defense, that those guys should be held accountable for their run placement, for their run fits, and doing their job. And that led people to ask a couple of questions about Micah Parsons calling people out and things of that nature. I'll give my thoughts after Mike McCarthy gives his.
Client so forward, Star Telegram. We talked about the culture in the locker room and the right kind of guys. Were you worried about when Mike calls out his teammates, said there was no accountability, and Dalton says guys didn't have the right cleats in? I don't know if you guys talked about any of that today.
Well, I'm not in touch with the quotes you're talking about, but I'll just say this. I don't know what the hell you'd want us to be talking about in a locker room. We definitely weren't in there patting each other on the back. There was a ton of red ass, ton of disappointment,
a
lot of anger, and that's, I think at that point,
that's what happens when
commitment, the desire to
when
win,
you eat spicy food, you
the
get
connection. So there's a lot said between a number of
Mexican
people.
food give you red ass,
and I love that. Conflict is good, so that's how you resolve.
STDs give you red ass. Anyway, Mike McCarthy said his people pissed off, and he has no problem with Micah Parsons holding his teammates accountable. And to be fair, we've talked about this all the time. We say this thing every single day, damn near, when we hear about we hear about guys holding guys accountable. If you're the best player on the team, you can do that. If you're Micah Parsons, you can do that. Y'all think Luke Gifford can go around screaming at people? Y'all think y'all think Rico Dowdle going around screaming at folk? It depends on who the player is. And if Micah Parsons says, "Hey, y'all need to do a better job of filling your gap and doing your job," and this is me trying to hold y'all accountable. If it's Micah Parsons saying this, then of course we're just gonna live with the fact that Micah Parsons said. If it's anybody else, there may be a problem. I think D-Law can get away with it too. He can also get away with it too. But we'll see. That's offense. Let's get into two more defensive clips. Get into two more defensive clips. They asked Dan Quinn about Anthony Brown going down and Kelvin Joseph stepping up. This is what Dan Quinn had to say.
Yep. And I think as it goes through, that's part of, having a big, deep crew where you're able to lean on guys, when they're out. And certainly, a few weeks ago, losing Jordan, was a big deal for us, knowing what he brings inside. And so having Bland come up and get his work to get, up to speed and rolling, and Kelvin kind of in the same space to say, those moments are coming. And knock on wood, you don't ever want them to happen. That means somebody, was, missing time due to injury. But when those moments happen, which we expect them to be, you really want to answer that bell. And that's why we practice so many guys to be into that space. I think that's super important. We've had some guys miss at safety, at corner, now at nickel, even at linebacker some. So to have multiple people playing and up and going, I think that helps a lot.
We got depth, Doc. We got depth. And I will say that is one of the more one of the better assets of this team is having multiple guys. Is having this level of depth. Now we're running low on depth. Now, Jordan Lewis is hurt, so that's forcing DeRon Bland to play, which is a depth guy. And Anthony Brown hit his head against the ground, and now he's in concussion protocol. So Kelvin Joseph is going to have to be the guy for now. Now I wonder if this turns into a out, right? Jason Garrett used to do this all the time, to where he would look for opportunities to give a guy out. Like an older player would be doing something, he'll be playing, and you just can't give the older player's job away, but you probably want to get the young guy going. And the older player like missed one game. The older player missed like a quarter and a half. Then all of a sudden, your young dude is playing and you don't even see the old dude no more. I wonder if this is a thing. I'm curious, right? We've been kind of seeing, or we've been anticipating this with Damone Clark and Anthony Barr, right? Damone Clark he was a lot more active last week than he was this week. He wasn't supposed to play 33 snaps last week, but he did. This week he only played like 17 or so, but that's probably because Micah played a lot more Mike. Now we're playing against the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know where Mike is going to be deployed, but let's just say Micah goes back to playing a whole bunch of edge. Are your two linebackers going to be Damone Clark and Van Der Esch? 9 times out of 10 most likely, but what happens when Barr comes back? Same conversation. So if Anthony Barr is in concussion protocol and you feel like Anthony Barr should be upgraded somewhere, one or two things are going to happen for you. We're either going to say, yeah, Anthony Brown. Both Anthony's finna get their ass kicked off a bridge this week. But all right, Anthony Brown, you were in concussion protocol all week. You couldn't practice all week, but Kelvin Joseph practiced all week. So we're going to allow Kelvin Joseph to have this game since he practiced all week. And then before you know it, we just don't see Anthony Brown anymore. And we're just moving on into the Diggs, Bland, boss man era. You understand? Or are they just going to do what makes everybody sick and just insert Anthony Brown right back into the lineup? That'll hurt all of us. And notice, I ain't even ask y'all, because look, I felt like I should at least ask, I should at least tweet, I should at least talk about it, I should at least create a poll in the little means here. I'm like, hey man, what y'all think about, in this voice too, hey man, what y'all think about what y'all think about Sam Williams versus Dorrance Armstrong? And I can see Sam Williams versus Dorrance Armstrong actually being a conversation to be had. Chat, you think I should be asking about Kelvin Joseph, Anthony Brown? Chat, you think I should go on Twitter and say, hey, y'all sick of Anthony Brown starting? Y'all ready for the next, for the next wave for Kelvin Joseph to hop on in and step in? You know what I mean? I don't think there's going to be a soul, which is why I haven't asked. I don't think it's going to be a soul on social media, in this chat, in Law Nation chat, on my phones. I don't think it's going to be a soul that's willing to say, yeah, man, let's just keep Anthony Brown in there, see what he got. I think I want to roll with Brown again. Let me see one more game from him. I don't think there's going to be a Cowboy fan saying that at all. Plus, there's the idea that Diggs may be running around with Justin Jefferson, and do we just want Anthony Brown running around with Thielen, in which I still think Thielen can get things done. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Motherfucker Adam Thielen have a 8-catch, 150-yard, 2-touchdown game if it's up to goddamn Anthony Brown. So is this your golden ticket to lean on Kelvin Joseph? I don't know. Shouts out to the homie to Aisha from DallasCowboys.com, Boys Talk, Girls Talk. She asked Dan Quinn this question.
Aisha Morrison, DallasCowboys.com. I wanted to ask you, how do you prepare the secondary corner or the corner?
I'm going to roast the shit out of Aisha, first of all, because she want to ask Dan Quinn questions. Like, she want to ask Dan 9 questions, first of all. She was probably only limited to like one, maybe like maybe a question and a follow-up. But boy, I just know her ass want to talk about Dan Quinn all day, or talk to Dan all day. But let's just listen.
They're opposite to Trayvon for the fact that, hey, they may not even target him this game. How do you keep them encouraged through that when you know that when you go against a quarterback at the caliber of Aaron Rodgers or whatever, that they're going to continue to go at you?
I would say that should excite you, because you'll have some chances to go get that ball. And so when that does happen, that was a little bit of a case in this game, to say where Trey was and we matched him some, that some of the throws went away. Not that they had a lot, but that they did have some that went away. So when that does happen, to know that your opportunity, hey, they're going to try me and I want to make them pay when they do. Sometimes when a person's in a slot or in different positions, we don't match in every location. So, but when they do, I think that's the natural reaction to say, hey, you got to make them pay if they're going to try you.
Shouts out to the homie. And I do think that's a good question. Aaron Rodgers threw the ball all over the place last Sunday. He didn't even look at Trey Diggs' side. he wouldn't dare look at Trey Diggs' side. I don't think that's by accident. I don't think that, that they just, we're just gonna just run our offense and whoever gets it. I think they're purposely going away from Trevon Diggs. So if they're going away from Trevon Diggs, it's kind of like a fight, man. You got to earn your respect. You got to earn your respect. You know what I mean? If I don't think that your punch is damaging me in that way, I'm probably going to be a little more just a little more aggressive with my approach. So if they're proving that not throwing at Trevon Diggs can be beneficial to you, all right, cool. We're just going to eat with Thielen. We're going to eat with Osborne. We're going to eat with Hockenson. We're going to eat with everybody except whoever's lined up against Trey Diggs. If that's the case, then you got to make a play. You got to make a play. Now, Dan Quinn said it with a little bit of optimism. Oh, you should be excited that they're going at you. But as Cowboy fans, we're not excited that anybody's throwing the ball deep at Anthony Brown. That's not good for our health. Let's just go ahead and get Kelvin Joseph in there, man. Let's just go ahead and get Kelvin Joseph in there, man. Let's just get him involved. Let's get Kelvin Joseph in there. Good question from Aisha. I got some quotes from Mike McCarthy as well. I thought this will be interesting for y'all, not for you guys, because I feel like I've earned enough credit in the streets to where, like, if I say something, people should go, okay, well, shit, Voch says it, so I kind of respect it. But I know there's a lot of people that could be like, well, Voch said it, Michael Gelkin said it, Jeff said it, Okoye and Foots and Law and all them said it. The film says it, and I see multiple people dropping film on the internet saying it, but I'm not going to believe it until I hear from a coach or a player. So they asked Mike McCarthy about both interceptions from Dak Prescott. Here's what Mike McCarthy had to say. This is about the second interception. This is about the one where CeeDee didn't cut in front of the safety there, but Mike McCarthy.
Reed?
Yeah.
Two shell post.
I mean, did you see it like Dak saw it, or did you see it like CeeDee saw it when you looked at it?
I saw it like Dak saw it. Yeah.
Of course.
Based on the depth of the defender, it's doesn't matter if it's a nickel, a strong safety, or it could be the defensive lineman lined up back here at 15, 20 yards. When there's someone in the middle of the field, there's that's a closed safety look.
That's on CeeDee Lamb. And I feel like I can say that all day, and I can show it on film all day. We'll somehow go away from the idea that was CeeDee Lamb's fault. Now, to be fair, CeeDee Lamb had an incredible day, but fam, it's on you. Then there's going to be the people that are saying, well, but Voch, Dak should be throwing with anticipation. Dak anticipated his ass off. Bobby Belt had a fantastic point. Let me get focused. Chat, listen up real quick. Bobby Belt made a fantastic point. I was listening to his podcast with Brian Broaddus. He was saying, is this why Dennis Houston made such a push in the offseason, right? Because there was this big conversation about dudes being where they're supposed to be when Dak needed them to be, right? And Dak throws with anticipation. He's got to trust that you're going to be there, which is probably why him and Dez didn't really get along, right? But Dak is always going to be, you need to be in the right place for when I need you there, guy. So is that why a guy like Dennis Houston was so attractive to, the roster building process? We're like, hey man, he's here because Dak like him. You know what I mean? He may not be as talented as the other guys, but if Dak wants him in a certain space, he's there. I think reliability should be a wide receiver stat that we keep, that we keep notes on. I can imagine that, Noah Brown is a guy that's existed here because he's in the right place. Cedric Wilson was probably a guy that's here because he existed in the right place. CeeDee Lamb is a lot more talented than those guys. So I don't know. We'll figure this out, man. We'll cross this road whenever we get there. Then somebody else followed up on Michael Gelkin's point, and they asked Mike about the first interception, about the Schultz Lamb interception. That's what Mike had to say.
Michael Gelkin, Dallas Cowboys was the first interception. Why was the spacing so tight between Dalton and CeeDee?
Great question. I think when you look at the play, in fairness to Dalton and CeeDee, that it's a concept that we've been running a little deeper. So and we were kind of right on the fringe of where you want to run that, because schematically we got exactly what we were looking for. We were trying to, obviously had inside leverage of the linebacker, and you're trying to get the first Dalton, the first guy up on the safety, and then CeeDee comes right off of Dalton. So, so with Dalton getting inside of that safety, and then CeeDee's got to be a lot tighter there. But that's a lot tighter window to throw in. So, and that's where, at the quarterback position, you have to throw that with anticipation. You can't wait for it to clear to throw it, because then now the backside's involved. So that's a trust throw. It's an anticipation throw, like most shot plays are, into the end zone. So, coverage scheme and so forth are, if you put it on the chalkboard, it's a win, but it definitely wasn't, as far as the spacing.
So I'm not going to look in the chat too long, because goddamn chat will run you crazy. I just don't want to be here to be run crazy. Shouts out to all 600 or so of y'all up in here chilling with me today. You could be anywhere. Appreciate y'all. Let me check my phones real quick. Got a good number of phones in there. Okay, cool. This might be a fast phone day, because we got some more work to put out later. But it's 2 comments in particular that's in the chat, and I just want to ask. I just got questions. I just want to ask, right? I want to ask. DeJuan Hickman, he says Dak blamed his receivers for his interception. That don't surprise me. I think blame is an interesting word. I think blame is probably used when there's ambiguity, when shit's not clear. Like if you robbed a bank, I'm not blaming you saying that you just robbed a bank. like you robbed a motherfucker. Like, it's on you, cuz. Like, there's no blame game here. There's no ambiguity here. So when you say Dak blamed his receivers for his interceptions, no, that's not blaming them. It's their fault. That ain't blaming. It's just facts. It's just what it is. And Mike McCarthy confirmed it. And not only DeJuan Hickman in the chat, that's bothering me a little bit, but then there's this other character, Wilson Santiago, depending on if you're from Spain. He says, at DeJuan, he's agreeing with DeJuan. Hey, DeJuan, no one will ever blame Dak, LOL. The head coach. The head coach just said.
Reed?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, 2 shell post.
Did you see it? Did you see it like Dak saw it, or did you see it like CD saw it when you looked at it?
No, I saw it like Dak saw it.
What? Who the fuck? Who else do you need confirmation from? Who else do you need confirmation from? Lil Seal in the chat. What up, cuz? Who else do you need confirmation from? Dog. Dak said, hey, man, CD should have ran in front of the safety. So look at Dak blaming his receiver, man. Look at Dak putting the responsibility on the receiver. It's their job. Then the head coach came out and said,
Reed?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, 2 shell post.
Did you see it? Did you see it like Dak saw it, or did you see it like CD saw it when you looked at it?
No, I saw it like Dak saw it. Okay. Yeah. Based on the depth of the defense.
The coach said this. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Why is my voice getting high? He says in the chat right here, look, DeJuan Hickman, he says, never mind, I should never have come at the great Dak Prescott or the great Dak. Dog, when Dak wrong, we'll say he wrong. When Dak mess up, we'll say he messed up. But I can show you CeeDee Lamb should have went in front of that safety. Dak say CeeDee Lamb should have went in front of that safety. CeeDee Lamb said, yeah, I should have went in front of that safety. Mike McCarthy said, yeah, he probably should have went in front of that safety. DeJuan Hickman, no, he shouldn't. All right. I'm out. What else we got, man? We got one more sound clip that I think is pretty important, pretty impactful for the near future here. And this one is interesting here. This one's interesting. I got to go back to the chat one last time. We just talking, chat. I'm sorry, chat. We just talking. DeJuan say, Voch, I respectfully disagree. I just think Dak got to step up.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, 2 shell post.
Did you see it? Did you see it like Dak saw it, or did you see it like CD saw it when you looked at it?
I saw it like Dak saw it. Yeah.
Ain't no respectful disagree here. It is or it ain't. My shirt is white. Voch says, my shirt is white. DeJuan Hickman, I respectfully disagree. You cannot. Appreciate you though, DeJuan. Thanks for tuning in. But goddamn, you can't. Jason Peters back to left tackle, y'all.
Yesterday was the first time that Jason Peters suited up but didn't play. That rotation at left guard we didn't see. What led to that shift in his usage?
Just really trying to focus more with Jason at the tackle position, and actually I think he's done tremendous here of late. I think you're seeing him, where he's feeling, like someone that's now gone through camp and so forth. But no, I feel really good about where Jason is.
That's interesting. Jason Peters is bike. Let me cut this up. Now, chat, this is painfully obvious. A couple things are interesting. There's no blame here because there's no ambiguity. I just think this is cut and dry also, right? 1 point. Jason Peters is playing left tackle again. What that probably means, Jason Peters at left guard was probably some nonsense. Cool. Jason Peters is at tackle again. What does this mean to Voch? They're making some room at guard. Jason Peters is at tackle again. And they're making room for guard. Like they're crowding the tackle position on purpose. I wonder with Jason Peters working tackle again, what does this mean for guys like Josh Ball?
Basically, fuck him.
But if Jason Peters playing tackle again, that could be something interesting for Josh Ball, right? But anyway, whatever. We'll cross that Jason Peters conversation in a minute. But if Jason Peters is making an abundance at tackle and he's creating a deficit at guard, what does that mean, chat? Tyron Smith on his way back. Tyron Smith is on his way back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if Tyron Smith is on his way back and we put in Jason Peters at tackle and we've created this deficit at guard, Tyler Smith on his way to left guard, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but that's exciting to me. The idea that if there's any, and look, the last play of the game shows you that we have deficit here at left and at the whole left side, really, left tackle and left guard. Tyler Smith and Connor McGovern can be serviceable for you, but at the end of the day, Tyler Smith and Connor McGovern on the left side can be serviceable for you, but you finally get to upgrade both those positions, man. And if there's anything that this offense needs, it needs, oh man, just imagine this run blocking getting better, or this pass blocking getting better. You get to upgrade both those positions now. Tyron at left tackle, Tyler at left guard. And the best part about it is if we run into any nonsense with Tyler at left guard, or we run any nonsense with, any nonsense with Tyron at left tackle. If we run into any nonsense, just put Tyler back at left tackle because he's good enough to do it. Your swing interior guy who is, we got something to talk about, chat. I wonder if this means anything on a bigger level. Y'all bear with me, because Voch likes to wing this, and I'm just thinking of this right now. Tell me if I'm tripping, right? Tell me if I'm bugging, chat. Y'all just listen and tell me if I'm bugging. I once said that if you run into any problems with Tyron Smith at left tackle, you have a failsafe called Tyler Smith at left tackle. I wonder if they're in a situation where Tyron Smith gets hurt again, or if they're in a situation to where Tyron Smith is not good. Do you simply go back to Tyler Smith at left tackle, or you just fucking play Jason Peters? Which leads me to believe, and chat, tell me if I'm bugging. Tell me if I'm bugging. Let me know. Which leads me to believe that this is a Tyler Smith problem. And I could be wrong, chat, but going into this, it sounded like, oh, well, we're just gearing up to get better at left tackle, right? Like, we're just gearing up for Tyron coming back. But even if, that's still like a first week of December thing. That's just what I'm hearing with my ear to the ground, right? But what if we've seen enough of Tyler Smith at left tackle and we feel like he'll just be better at left guard. That's why we're putting Jason Peters at left tackle right now, and we're ramping Tyron Smith up for left tackle in 3 weeks or so. Which makes this more about Tyler and less about Tyron. That's interesting. I can't wait to ask Will Steele about this tomorrow. But I don't know. It's interesting. Chat, what y'all think? I think Jason Peters should have been back. I think Jason Peters should be your starting left tackle right now, if you ask me. I think, who we going up against? Minnesota. If you ask me, I'm putting Jason Peters at left tackle right now, and I'm putting Tyler Smith at left guard right now. I'm not waiting until Tyron comes back. So you get Tyler back used to fighting in the phone booth. You know what I mean? Like, you just give him a couple of weeks at guard. Then when Tyron comes back, clean up. If you have any setbacks, you just go right back to Jason Peters. That's interesting. That is interesting. What a conversation. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna read the comments for a couple seconds, and then we're gonna go to the phones. Let me see what y'all talking about. Just in response to what we talked about. KT McCowboy says Peters was also horrible at guard, Voch. Indubitably. Every time I would drop my my rankings, my weekly rankings for the O-line, Peters would be at the bottom all the time. Special K says that they're trying to give Tyler some reps at guard. I believe that. I agree, Marcus Harrison. Put that man at left guard, leave him there, put him on the peanut butter, and just let him be an amazing left guard the rest of his life. I agree. Let's go draft us a tackle. That's how I feel. CC says, seemed like the plan the whole time. It don't seem like nothing with this damn team. Don't shit seem like it seems with this team. Nothing. Let's answer like 3 more, then we'll go to the phone. 100% the move. Tyler is a guard to me. Yeah, I agree. Which is probably why me and Fuster King gonna end up fighting about this again. That's a W for me. I should call Fuster King right now, because the actual move of Jason Peters back to left tackle proves. I'm about to call Fuster King. Hold on, let me get my charge so I can be messy and call Fuster King. Hold on. I'm about to call Fuster King and be messy. Fuster King think he just gonna raise his voice at me on my show, on the round table. He just think he gonna raise his voice at me and think he right just because he raised his voice at. I'm about to call Fuster King, goddammit. Hey, chat. And look, I know everybody's not gonna understand because like some of y'all miss shows. But for those of you that don't miss shows, a couple of weeks ago, I passed some money out, right? Like I just passed some money to some people, Cash Apps that's in the chat box or whatever. And, you know, some people Cash App, you got to go in Cash App and like, you know, hit yes and hit accept. Tell me why a little bit ago it says payment expired. What's the name? Didn't hit accept. Y'all better accept this money I sent it. I ain't rich. Let's call Foot's the King though. Let's see what he's talking about. Call Foot's the King. I'm already connected to the roadcast. I know Foot's working, but I just want to see if he answers. Let's call Foot's the King. So I can get on to him about this Jason Peters news and tell him our boy Tyler going right the hell back to left guard. Let's see what Foot's the King talking about.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging.
Foot's phone is off. It's fine. we ain't finna say shit for to Foot's today. That might have been a mistake. Let me just try Foot's number one more time. That may have been a mistake, right? Foot's phone can't be off. He must be texting or something. Let's try Foot's one more time. Here we go.
Your call has been
cool. So Foot's phone off. He ain't talking to us today. I'd be damn. Foot's got that Jason Peters news and cut his phone off. Foot's the goddamn broke his elbow and threw the phone in the pool. Foot's don't want to talk to me about this. Shouts out to Foot's, man. Let's get into some calls then. That was funny, man. That was funny. All right, we don't need you.
The conference has been locked.
Now, chat, I ain't playing today. I know I said this yesterday, but we really got a hard out on the show today. So when I say callers, make it quick, I do mean make it expeditiously. Mondays and Tuesdays just happen to be super busy days for Voch. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get y'all in, make your point, get on out. I love y'all to pieces, but it's 10 of y'all. It's 3:45, and we got a lot more work to do. Patreon later, by the way. But here we go. Let's go, Brandon from Houston. See what he's talking about. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's
First of all, as soon as you said about that Jason Peters, I was like, ooh, Voch better let Foot the King have it. I was watching that round table. He was determined that Tyler Smith should be a tackle. I was like, you out your damn mind. Tyler Smith all day.
Foot's going to learn today.
First point.
Foot's the King going to learn today, yeah. Playboy. Go ahead.
He got to. Second person needs to learn is Dewan in the chat, man. Come on, bro. I'm tired of people who play water boy in high school talking about football plays and breaking down film. Voch, come on, man.
Damn.
Like, obviously, everybody knows if you ever play the inside position, you're supposed to cross that fucking face all day. And the third thing, what do you think? Do we have to worry about Kellen Moore in the play calling? Because it seems like they were hesitant to use Malik Davis in the Zeke role, and we ended up passing way too much for my liking with a 4-point lead. 14-point lead.
I do agree. Appreciate you, Brandon. I do agree, man, that there was probably like a lot more room to just run the football in general. And, you know, with running the ball, even in those situations where we would use Zeke, running the ball with Malik showed to be valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, Malik was rushed for like 7 yards a carry at some point. And I think Tony was like five or so yards per carry. Dak shouldn't be throwing the ball 46 times. I don't care. I don't care how successful it's going. Dak shouldn't be throwing the ball 46 times. You cut that down to at least 30. At most 30, right? Dak's pass attempts, 30, 32 possibly. But some of those other attempts, they should have been going to Malik because I trust him in that way. And shit, just keep running with Tony. It ain't bothering me. But appreciate you, Brandon from Houston. Let's get Deshaun in here. In and out, y'all. In and out now. Deshaun, what's good?
What up?
What's
up, Martin? It's gonna be quick. So my question to you, real quick: do you feel like from now on, from like to the rest of the season, it should be 30 for 30? Like Dak passed 30 times, we rest 30 times. It's a balance. It's even season.
What if I told you that the balance between the Cowboys' run and pass defense was 30 for 30 by ESPN. Sure, if that's what the game calls for, and it doesn't have to be exact or anything like that. Like, it could be 39 to 31. It could be 40 to 29, whatever. You know what I mean? Long as it's relatively close. Dak should be throwing the ball 45 times. That's my biggest gripe.
I agree. All right, see you.
Appreciate it, Sean. Let's get boom, 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 boom. Those are two great calls back to back, by the way. Let's get Cowboy Mike on the phone. See what he's talking about. What's up, Cowboy Mike?
Still not adjusted, but the fucking still run. Damn. Yeah. It's a nice car, bro. Yeah, they broke everything. Like, I went to a salvage, but he was like, man, you gonna have to take it somewhere because all this shit, like these little silver pieces, they're gone. So I don't know. I mean, it's still run. I'm thinking about fucking just tagging it and using it for my work car. I mean, $1,000 on it. It can run like a dream.
So what kind of car is it, Cowboy Mike? All right, we're gonna go ahead and get Cowboy.
What's up, boy?
No. Don't come up in here. Talk about what's up. Come up in here. What's up, Cowboy? Hey, man, look, we almost hung up on you, man.
Man, I'm down here. I'm making business moves right now, bro.
Okay, where you at? I'm Voch Lombardi live on the volume right now, man. You better tap in. What's up, man? I'm making business moves. Me too. Go ahead.
You're right, though, man. I think that Jason Peters should have tackled to help a lot.
All right, Cowboy Mike. I'm gonna get you up out of here, bro. Good call, all right, man. Good call, Cowboy Mike. Get out of here. Yeah, Voch. Shit. That game was crazy, huh, Voch? Bye. Quickly, man. Let's get y'all in here quick. We got White. What's up, White?
What's up, Voch?
What's good, brother? What you got for the show?
All right, to your point about Jason Peters coming back at tackle, I really think it's just because we've been so inconsistent at guard. We're just really trying to put Tyler right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can feel it.
Keep that stable.
Yeah.
And I remember about a month back, you and Steele had a little conversation about who would y'all rather have on this defense. And I got to say Sean Lee, man, to stop that run, man.
Man, Sean Lee to clean all this up.
Sean Lee on this defense, we wouldn't really be worried about the run like that.
Man, come on, man. Sean Lee would have smoked all this, bro. But
I'm talking about would have clogged all the holes. And one more point, before I get out of here.
One more.
All these Cowboy fans hate on Dak so much, man, and it makes me sick, bro.
Right, me too, man.
Like, I don't know why they do my quarterback like that.
Hate it.
And they'll appreciate him when he's gone. I know that much.
Damn right.
They bringing up 2 first-half interceptions when we was up 14 in the fourth. Man, but somehow it's still Dak's fault.
Come on, man.
That's all I got, Voch, man. You keep it up. Tell Steele I'm going to call tomorrow and holler at him.
All right, man, for sure, brother. Appreciate you, White.
All right.
Yeah, man, even a couple people early in the chat, Voch says nothing negative about Dak Prescott. We was talking about the interceptions, man. We were talking about the interceptions in particular, bro. We wasn't talking about nothing else, bro. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, if the Cowboys had Josh Allen yesterday, then they would have found a way to hate what Josh Allen did last week. You know what I mean? Or Jalen Hurts for that matter. But I'm moving on. Let's get Charlie on the phone quickly. What up, Charlie?
What's up, nephew? How you doing? Let me just say this. Mike McCarthy, you're going to lose your job. And this time when you lose the job and you get fired at the Cowboys, you won't get hired in the NFL no more. You better sit Kellen ass down on that sideline or you're going to get fired. Let me explain something to you. That interception Dak threw was on CeeDee Lamb. Let me explain something. He running down the damn field like a damn flamingo on NBC, and goddamn it, and then he don't squat, he don't do nothing. He just out there running like a damn fool. You can't do that, man. It defies the law of knowledge. Any 2 times you throw more than you pass, you're going to lose the game. Every time we get outside that, we lose. Now, let me say something about you. Take your shoe off on your feet right now, and I want you to take it and throw it up in the top of the ceiling. And then you watch it hit the floor. Now, I want you to try to pick a damn bull up and throw him up in the air. You can't do it because the damn bull is heavier than a damn shoe. It defies the laws of knowledge. I keep telling people this. If you If you keep letting Kellen Moore run this offense, we will be at home for New Year's. Right. And that's all I got to say, nephew. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Unc. Good call. Hey, running around like a flamingo on NBC. Dog, why is running around like a flamingo on NBC so creative? Dog, and not only is it a flamingo, but it's on NBC. Bro, that's hilarious, man. CeeDee Lamb running around like a flamingo on NBC. And I bet you if I keep thinking about that, I can get another deep point out of that too. I bet I can get another deep point out of that. I'm gonna keep thinking about that. A flamingo on NBC is crazy though. All right, back to the phones. 614. What's up? Who this?
Hey, it's Nate from Ohio. Hey, I think what he meant to say was a peacock because that's NBC's logo.
God damn, it is a peacock. All right, never mind. Never mind.
Hey, I just wanted to call, man. Our line's got to get figured out, but I think Tyler Smith, I mean, how much longer is Tyron going to be here? Should we not just put him at left tackle and put Tyron at guard and kind of move towards that future, getting him work?
Sure, I agree. And Tyler's just a better guard to me. So go ahead and put him at guard and leave him there. In my personal opinion, just put him and leave him there.
Yeah, like you think that's his position. Hey, but look, I know the last caller is going to hate me for this too, but I got to agree with Stephen A. I think Dak is our weak spot, man. I mean, yeah, we gave up a lot of points on defense, but they were missing 4 starters on defense, Voch. I mean, we had almost everybody. We had Jordan Lewis out. Otherwise, we had our whole defense. So if they can score 28 against us, why couldn't we outscore them with four starters out?
Well, we scored 28 on them, but they just scored 31 on us. You know what I mean? I think in a road game, and I think it's so unfair to call Dak the weak link. Like this wide receiver core is definitely a weaker link than Dak. But I think, every drive isn't going to be a perfect drive or a scoring drive. Like football is football, man. And look, I ain't taking nothing from Dak right now because Dak wasn't perfect. Dak threw the ball a bit too much. Dak should have, not thrown some. He should have taken sacks instead of throwing some passes. But dog, I think 28 points is enough to get it on the road, man. Lambeau a tough place, man. Lambeau tough, bro. And I think if you give this defense 28 points, I think that's enough for them. But they gave up 31 at the end, so that is what that is. But Nate,
it should be, and I get that, and they gave up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You good? Finish up.
I just want to say my point is overall, how many times has there been a game where it's a big quarterback, where it's a big game like this, Green Bay at Lambeau, and you need those plays to get that game through, and Dak just doesn't do it, as to where Aaron Rodgers did. That I guess is my overall point.
Well, to that point, Aaron Rodgers scored 31 points. If the Cowboys scored 34 points, then Aaron Rodgers would no longer be the guy that was able to get it done. You see what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be a back and forth. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be a push and pull type of thing to say, well, what this do and what that
Dak
do.
Never gets that. In those games, it just never comes up where Dak gets it done.
I can't hate how you feel, man.
I think that's what people are feeling, and I think that's where that comes from.
I can't hate how you feel, and people feel how they feel, man. But I'm just looking up Green Bay's schedule, right, and the games that they have played, and the Packers have scored 7 points on the Vikings, 14 points on the Buccaneers. They scored 27 on the Bears, 27 on the Patriots, 22 versus the Giants, 10 versus the Jets, 21 versus the Washington Football Wizards, 17 versus the Bills, and they score a whopping 9 points versus the Lions. If Dak Prescott would have got any of those results, and he beat all those teams because he put up 28, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't what we got.
Yeah, we got to get that run defense together for sure.
That's why I would rather go. That's why. Now look, Dak ain't perfect. Dak shouldn't have thrown the ball 46 times, but I would rather us look to what the defense did first before we look at Dak. You see what I'm saying? like chunk plays, Christian Watson getting 3 touchdowns and then rushing for 200 some yards, I would look at them dudes before I look at what Dak did with his offense that day.
Right.
But appreciate you though, Nate. Good call, man. And I just put you down platinum, so next time you call, I know it's you, man. Good call.
All right, thanks, man. Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Uncle Charlie said NBC is a flamingo and a peacock, Voch. Flamingos are pink, and peacocks are, they're the multicolored ones, which is also why the Peacock Network is an extension of NBC. So look, Charlie, you ain't wrong. It is a peacock and not a flamingo. But if I saw a flamingo on NBC, I will still have questions though. You can still pull a deep metaphor out of this, but it ain't what I thought it was gonna be. But it is definitely a peacock because of Peacock Network. Fly little pelican. Shouts out to Danny Savage. 615. What's up? Who this?
Hey, this is Tyson from Tennessee. How you doing, bro?
What up, Tyson? What you got for the show?
I just wanted your opinion on some. So I feel like with our passing offense, I think the biggest issue is that I feel like we don't have like a lot of those. It's like a lack of nuance. Like we don't have like a lot of those small like easy like yards to get. I feel like that one pass to Tony Pollard, that was like in the Bears game.
Sure.
That was the only example that I could really figure or like think of to where we would just get like these easy yards just to really get our offense going.
Sure.
Everything feels like if we don't extend the play, or if we get to a point where we do extend the play, then it just doesn't. Everything falls apart. And if the play doesn't work out initially, then it's all over.
Well, I would have to look at the film with that on my mind to go look at it. But what they do from a route reading standpoint, it's pretty simple. If you look at the first couple of games that we had, the first game we was trying to do some, complicated shit. And then Cooper Rush got involved and it kind of got dialed down. And then Mike McCarthy even openly said, hey, we've dialed the offense down a little bit. So I think it is a little, simpler. But I do know what you mean, because you watch a lot of Kansas City games, and Kansas City always get like these 3rd and 4th and 4s, and they got some little goofy ass play that automatically gets them 5. I understand what you're saying.
Exactly. That Kadarius Toney pickup was absurd. It's perfect for him, but like that sort of thing, I just don't get why we don't.
Sure.
I feel like that's something we could do easily.
Yeah, I would just have to watch the film to look for that. I just don't look for that in particular when I'm watching. But you might not be wrong though. Let me look into it and I'll get back with you on that. Tyson from Tennessee, good call, man.
All right, thank you.
I hate the Chiefs when they do that shit too, man. The biggest 4th and 3 of the season, and they just get a wide open. Somebody else good at that too. Like I was watching the Eagles game, right? How many times did somebody just flash wide open for the Eagles, right? And look, this ain't me shitting on Jalen Hurts when I say this, right? Because some people take this as me shitting on Jalen Hurts. But if you watch the Eagles Washington Football Wizards game, right? All the big plays didn't come from Jalen Hurts throwing somebody open or Jalen Hurts making a tight throw. All the big plays just came from motherfuckers just running wide open. I'm like, bro, how they get dudes wide open? Like just open. I would love to figure out what they do when they do that, and then I would like to implement that into my offense somehow. Let's get back to the phones. 619, what's up? Who this?
Hello, boss. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm Danny from San Diego.
What's up, Danny from San Diego? What you got for the show?
First off, I want to say I love the content. I've been watching you since I've been in 8th grade.
Damn.
I fell in love with the pass rusher series. That was when you have like Von Miller and Aaron Donald.
Well, shit. Appreciate you, Danny. Okay, so you've been watching since you were in 8th grade. I mean, like, what you like, 15 now?
I just turned 18.
I was about to say he ain't been watching that long. Okay, cool. How was prom?
It was cool. Well, I'm in college.
Oh shit, you ain't
my first year of college.
Oh, first year. Oh shit. What? Where'd you go?
I went to. You probably didn't know where it's at, but it's San Marcos.
I know what San Marcos is. Okay, cool. Okay, what you do there? What's your major in it?
Business administration.
God damn, what you want to do with that when you grow up, man?
I want to open my own business.
God damn, dog. What you want to be? Have you thought about what business you want to open up? Like what you want to start? What you want to do?
I have multiple interests. I've always wanted to I want to do something related to like sports and media like this.
Hell yeah.
And I'm also very into graphic design and stuff. So.
Oh, okay, so you wanna manage like a YouTube thumbnail business thing, like a cowboy YouTuber thumbnail business. That's kind of something you want to start.
Yeah, like in that ballpark.
Oh man,
I'll figure it out.
Man, that is dope, man. That is dope. You've been eating your vegetables. You good on that side. You've been going to the doctor. You've been drinking your water.
Yeah, I've been doing all right.
Oh man, that's dope, man. That's dope. What's your girlfriend name?
Her name is Nicole.
Damn, shouts out to Nicole. All right, time to get you up out of here, man. Good calls. My bad. I'm bullshit. I'm flat. My bad, Danny. What's your question, bro? What you got?
I feel like I don't know. I just want to know if you agree with this. Tony really had like problems getting a rhythm when he was running. Do you think Zeke is that rhythm to get him going, right? Because we can't just run that wide zone we run all the time. And I feel like Zeke is Tony Pollard's rhythm to get those chunk plays.
I think Tony didn't really get into a rhythm because we stopped giving it to him, like in certain spurts. Like Tony ended up getting enough carries and enough yards and enough scores or whatever. I don't remember if Tony got in the end zone, but he eventually got solid numbers. But if you watch the game, it'll be like, all right, Tony get a run, and right when you think Tony's warming up, we'll start to throw the ball again. So yeah, there could be something to that. I think if you just keep giving it to him, Tony will just get his rhythm. But if you keep breaking the rhythm, then it'll break.
I got you. And if there's one thing I want to leave the world with, I want to say you have to earn the right to pass rush.
Fair enough. You got to earn the right to pass rush. That's what Mike McCarthy was saying earlier. Dan, this was a fantastic call, man. Next time you call in, I know it's you, man. Salute.
Thank you.
Yep. Ask that boy how was prom. He said, "Oh, I'm in college." All right, cool. All right. That's all right. He's still gonna talk about how prom was though. He's like, "Oh well, last year when I went, it was cool, but this." That's how I told him. 785. What's up? Who this?
Voch, what's happening?
What's good, my guy? What you got for the show?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
My name is Carl from Harrisburg.
What's up, Carl?
My question is, why are we caping for Dak so hard, man?
What you mean?
Like, I love
Why you whispering? You at work?
I'm just trying. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Something like that. You running from the police? You don't want them to hear you? What you mean?
Down. Yeah, I'm cool now. You see, I'm speaking a little louder.
Hey, so you ain't gotta walk outside. I had a joke, but I don't know you like that. Don't worry about it. Okay, why am I caping for Dak so much? Give me some more details, in particular, on what I'm talking about.
No hard feelings, but hear me out.
Yeah, we good.
I like that.
Sure.
But it seemed like to me nobody hold him accountable like he should be, man. It just seemed like to me it's like we try to treat him too much like he Aaron Rodgers or he Pat Mahomes. He's not. I heard you say earlier if it was Josh Allen that threw them 2 interceptions in that game, we'd be just as upset.
It would have been
different, dog. I'd rather have Josh Allen than that. So what I'm saying is, if we get this man $100 million.
Sure.
Huh?
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like we give you $100 million. We need you to do some epic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some great shit all the time, not just like once a season against poop teams. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Against poop team.
But it's like y'all always are able to like. I don't know. Maybe y'all just see it the way I don't. Like, what is it good about him besides his work ethic and leadership quality?
So let me ask you this: so Dak's not a top 10 quarterback to you?
I think he's in the top 10, but we talk about him like he's top 5. He ain't top 5.
Okay, so you just have a discrepancy of whether he's like number 6 or number 5. Okay, cool, I got you.
My thing is, if we used him to his ability. He's more of an athletic quarterback.
No, he's not.
He's not no throw it 40 times,
Yeah, he
50 times quarterback.
Dak's not the athlete he once was. So listen, so your first question is why y'all cape for Dak. I think you need to direct your attention to the miscellaneous people on the internet that you find when you talk to them, right? Because you've bunched me in this category, so I can only speak for me. I think I'm always.
I'm just saying.
No. We just talking. No. You're my man. You good. Sure, you good. We just talking, right? We just talking.
Yeah.
I try to make it clear that Dak's not on the level of Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes or those guys. Now, if you catch me trying to be an entertainer or something like that, I may say, I tell Pat Mahomes, come outside, we're gonna beat the shit out of him, right? Like if you catch me being an entertainer, that may be a thing. Right. But Marcus Harrison says, hey, look, sober Voch, when he's just talking and being for real, that's a different thing, right? So when I do speak on Dak Prescott, I hold him accountable a lot. It's just that when you hear me talking a lot as a content creator, I'm sometimes fighting the narratives, right? So when I
like it, don't get me wrong. I'm not coming at you like I don't like it.
Sure. So when you catch me speaking highly on Dak, it's probably in the context that, somebody thinks that Dak is a bottom 15 quarterback, or somebody thinks that Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott, or they think that Dak is not making accurate throws, or that people's thinking that Dak is not throwing with anticipation. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm simply just answering questions, if you compile those answers enough, it'll look like I'm defending Dak and Dak can do no wrong. But if I got different types of questions, if you say, well, Voch, do you think Dak should be throwing 4-6 times a game? No. Dak, do you think that?
If I do that, I don't want to take up all your time. But
sir, you just bought yourself plenty of time. We about to talk a little bit. So if you ask, Voch, do you think that Dak Prescott's better than Josh Allen? I'll tell you no. But when people say goofy shit like, well, Voch, Dak can't make deep passes. That's a lie. Or you say that Dak's a bottom 15 quarterback in the league.
That's all cap. Yeah,
that's a lie.
You see him throw deep balls.
Sure. So also to your point earlier, you were saying about the whole Josh Allen thing, right? What I'm doing when I say
basically off of what you said earlier in the episode, I heard you say, I was like, well, I don't think I would be as upset.
Got you. Trust me.
Josh Allen.
Let me tell you why you would be. Because once he becomes a Cowboy, you fail to look at him objectively. You understand? Cowboy.
I don't think
don't cut me out, man. Let me talk. Watch this. I think what happens with Cowboy fans that we watch our players closer than any other players that we watch, right? And we watch the film on them, and we get the extra details throughout the week about them. We don't hear about what's going on with Josh Allen and them. And when we watch Bills games, we don't watch them as closely, right? So when we watch a Bills game,
I'm not the typical Cowboys fan.
Hang tight, my guy. Hang tight.
Cowboys is my priority team.
I got you, my guy. Hang tight.
I follow everybody.
Hang tight. That's cool. Voch does too.
Yeah.
Voch gets paid to follow, all the teams, right? But watch this. So watch this. What I'm saying is that when we watch Dak Prescott and he throws the ball at Lamb's feet, we go, damn, Dak is inaccurate. He can't throw. But if Josh Allen throws that same pass at Diggs' feet, we don't care because we're not emotionally invested in the Bills' results. You understand what I'm saying? And look, this ain't me trying to say that Dak Prescott is as good as a quarterback as Josh Allen. He's not. But what I'm simply saying, by no matter what metric you look for or what scenario, Dak overthrew somebody. Lamar Jackson's overthrowing people. Kyler Murray's overthrowing people. Pat Mahomes is overthrowing people. I'm not saying that Dak is better than Pat Mahomes, but I'm saying that if you hold on, my guy, you can't talk over me, dog. You can't talk over me because I let you finish. I let you finish the statement. No, you good. What I'm saying is, no matter what, find a Cowboy fan, even you, right? Whatever fault you find in Dak Prescott, there's another quarterback doing that same shit, bro. Doing the same exact stuff that you hating Dak for doing right now. That's all I'm saying. I just want people to treat Dak fairly. If you feel like Dak is 10th out of 10, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I won't fight you on it. But you can't say some shit. Like some shit just false. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I could see if it was if we could taking gradual steps year by year, his accuracy was improving crazy.
It has.
Anticipation was improving crazy.
It has.
I wouldn't have no issues if I seen improvement.
But bro, see, bro, let me tell you how you capping right now.
Stop the cap.
Once upon a time, Dak could not make deep throws, and then Dak shows up as a top 5 deep thrower in the league. Once upon a time, Dak wasn't a passer in general. Dak used to be Mississippi State type Dak, right? He used to be, read option, run guys over like running quarterback guy. Dak ain't that dude. Dak is a passer now. Dak reads defenses. Dak is a deep ball passer, and when he can be, when he's asked to be deep ball guy, he can be.
That's not him naturally.
How about this though, my guy? Dak is even doing extra things like setting up hard counts and doing extra shit like that. So every single year we have seen Dak get better, even with his team.
I can respect the little detail, man, but I'm saying the stuff that's gonna pay you $100 million. That's all I'm saying.
So let me ask you a question.
When you get $100 million, you gotta save the game.
So let me ask.
The game is no longer.
So let me ask you a question. Do you hold other quarterbacks to that same standard that you hold in Dak off of his 100, just whatever Dak's contract is right now? Because I tell you what. Because listen, the way you talking right now, there's only 2 other quarterbacks that can uphold your standard. It's Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. Besides that, any other quarterback that has gotten paid has looked shitty. All of them. Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill.
Kyler Murray's on in his fourth season. He's still young though.
I got a feeling you would have.
I can understand if he's young and you see.
I have a weird feeling.
Talent.
I have a weird feeling you would have said the same thing about Dak in his 4th season.
Man, Kyler Murray came into Dallas and beat us 3 times already.
So how about this? So okay, and now you bring so look. How about this? The Arizona Cardinals, they draft many receivers. They go and get Robbie Anderson. They go and get Nuke Hopkins. They go and get Hollywood Brown to surround Kyler Murray with all his talent.
I think it's a coaching thing. I don't think it's a talent thing in Arizona. I don't think them boys got no discipline out there. I think it's all coaching. That's why they have issues.
Well, that sounds like you value leadership in your quarterback. So Dak got a little bit of that. But go ahead.
But leadership only could get you hit. But what is bringing it back to Dak? I don't think Dak is moving dudes leadership wise like Tom Brady is.
Like Tom Brady is.
Like Tom Brady show up, dudes play better just because he's breathing the same oxygen they breathing.
So how about this on your same argument, right? So how about this on your same argument? Tom Brady been in the league 25 years. Don't you think that if Dak's been in the league for 25 years, that Dak could lead a team like that? If you're using the age argument,
ain't enough. You got to get past the first round. You can do that.
You are comparing a 20-year career of Tom Brady to a 7-year career of Dak Prescott.
No, that sounds crazy.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You just said it. You just said it. I will rewind this whole shit. I will rewind this whole shit. You just said it. You said it, sir, not me.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying.
I got a crazy little rewind button. You just said, man, when Tom Brady show up, they play for him. I wish Dak. You just said that, dog.
I know dudes who know Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying is.
I know 5 people that know Tom Brady. I know 10 people that know Tom Brady now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They talk about him different. They don't talk about Dak just make me want to play better. I don't really hear that.
So how about this though? On this same token, I'm using you for the same argument that you said earlier. This is a false narrative that I attack in public. Dak is an amazing teammate guy, and you can ask his teammates.
I'm not taking it away from him.
Dog, you ain't just said that. You ain't just said Dak.
I compare him to Tom Brady's leadership qualities. I'm not saying he don't have any.
Okay. List off quarterbacks that you think are better than Dak. Not think are better. List off the quarterbacks that you would rather have than Dak Prescott, and we'll talk about it.
What stipulations though? What are we working off of?
That you would rather have than Dak Prescott.
Just me personally?
That you personally would rather have than Dak Prescott.
Of course, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tom, Aaron Rodgers, of course.
You would rather have Aaron Rodgers than Dak Prescott right now?
I would take an old ass Aaron Rodgers right now over Dak Prescott in a heartbeat.
Aaron Rodgers played one good game this year, and you rather have Aaron Rodgers than Dak Prescott?
Aaron Rodgers is a 2-time, 3-time back-to-back MVP, with at least a Super Bowl.
That motherfucker ain't that in 2022 though.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You know he ain't that in 2022.
He always to kick our ass.
Okay then.
I'm just saying.
Okay, keep going though. Aaron Rodgers and who else, sir?
All right, so we on 5 right now. See, this is where it gets a little tricky because I like the youngins. I like the young bucks that's playing. but they got a lot of room to grow too. So that's where my conflict comes in a little bit. It's like I want to throw a young boy in there, but
I hate everything that you're saying.
Like,
I hate everything that you're saying. I hate it all.
Because when you're comparing, or if you're going to base it off of, I'm basing it off of like pure talent and skill. With age, I'm thinking about age too. Now I take the older guys just because they've been proven. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm going to get when they get, if they were to come to Dallas.
Well, so listen, on your criteria, right? What about a guy like Matt Ryan? Would you rather have Matt Ryan over Dak Prescott?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
I've never really been a fan of Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's the MVP. Matt Ryan went to a Super Bowl. Why not?
Matt Ryan had a top 3 defense that year, and they was number 1 in the league in rushing.
Boy, your arms must be exhausted from all this goalpost moving you doing.
I ain't moving no goalposts, man.
What about a guy like Justin Herbert? You like Justin Herbert?
I like him. I do like Justin Herbert. I don't think they help him out San Diego. I like him, but I wouldn't pick him at 5.
How about this though? What about a guy like Derek Carr? What about him?
I like Derek Carr.
You like Derek Carr more than Dak Prescott?
Now see, that's okay. Okay, that's where my line is at right there.
But this is the conversation that you having, bro. No, listen. No, watch this. This is the conversation you having, right? I'm bringing quarterbacks to your list, right? Even if you say the 2 old guys, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, even if you saying them, right? You're still considering Dak Prescott as one of the best quarterbacks in the league, bro. You nitpicking right now.
I say he was top 10. I never said he was top 5. I say top 10, but we talk about him like he in the same category as a Pat Mahomes.
Nobody does that.
Or Josh Allen.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that.
Man, guys be out here
Nobody does
Dak
that.
Prescott like he a generational talent.
The old dude at the barbershop does not count as somebody like, cause them dudes don't even matter.
I'm in the barbershop all the time, bro. That's what I do, and that's what dudes really be saying. Cause look, Platinum. In no way I'm saying I'm a Cooper Rush fan, but it seemed like to me we would just ran way more efficiently with Cooper Rush in there. So
I'm definitely about to hang up on you. I'm definitely about to hang up on you. I appreciate you, man. Good call, dog. Good call, dog. Oh no, he ain't say CR, did he? Where my glasses at, dog? Not gonna be able to do it, God. Not gonna be able to do it, right? Not gonna. 972, what's up? Who this?
Hey, this is T-Money from Dallas.
What's up, T-Money? What you got for the show?
Got a quick point. First off, I want to give you a shout out. Been watching you for 2.5 years. Congratulations to your success and more blessings to you.
Appreciate T-Money.
But my question is, do you think our DBs really, or our DBs other than Trey Diggs, do you think we should start like jamming the receivers at the line? Like, if they're going to get burnt, at least trying to throw off the route just a little bit for timing. I'm just trying to figure out what you think, or if you've been seeing that on film, if they've been, like, jamming or just playing off a lot.
The Cowboys defense could probably, or the DBs. I don't know, because I saw Kelvin Joseph doing some nasty work at the line of scrimmage. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the film with that on my mind. But with being more physical on the line of scrimmage comes with problems on the back end. So maybe you had to change your whole coverage to pull that off. But I don't dislike the idea. Just to mess up timing, because if you mess up timing a little bit, then your pass rush probably gets an extra tick to get there. So probably make a little bit of sense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's all I had, man. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, my guy. T-Money. I just put him down platinum. Next time you call in, we'll know it's him. All right, chat. Let's see what y'all got to say, man. What's good with y'all, bro? What's good with y'all, man? What's good with y'all, man? I did see Kelvin Joseph get real physical at the line of scrimmage one time. But we'll see. Voch, you caping for Dak too heavy, man. You want to know something? The one thing I hate that young people say now, and look, I'm saying this as a 30-year-old, like, and 30-year-olds say this, but I think grown men too grown for saying shit like that. But D-riding, like, oh, Voch, you D-riding or you meat ride, bro. bro. Like as dudes, how do we come to that? How did we come to that being an insult? How did we get to D-riding? Voch has never said D-riding a day in his life. Cut that shit out, man. Y'all too grown. Let's check our supers real quick. See if we have any. Voch, roster move while you were on calls. Team wave Mike to Fua. 3 practice squad spots are now open. 3 practice squad spots are now open. Do we bring somebody back down to practice squad, or do we elevate an outside guy to practice squad? That's interesting. It won't be one of your quarterbacks. I think you've used all of your movements on Sean McEwen. What would it be? All right. Let's get what I said, supers. Let's get into supers. Today's the 15th. So Antoine dropped a 5. What's up? Shit, he dropped a dime. Appreciate it, Twine. My bad. He dropped a dime. He says, listen to Okoye yesterday on his points about the game. I agree with all his points, even though it's not popular with the nation. This week right here is going to tell a lot if we're really ready. I do agree, Twine. This is I ain't gonna say it's a desperation game, but this is a game that's important. If we're the team that we think we are, then we need to, go to Minnesota to put some work in. You feel me? We need to go to Minnesota to put some work in, man. James Priester dropped the 50 in the super chat. He ain't even drop a comment. He just wanted to show some love, man. Appreciate you, James Priester. Priester. Appreciate you. Uncle Tone dropped a dub. It says, well done with the film work. Appreciate you, Uncle Tone, and your dub contribution. Let's run over to the volume side. Let's see if y'all got something on the volume side. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Boom, boom, boom. Today's the 15th. Super chats on the volume side. Let's see if there's anything in there. Of course. Shaq the Vikings fan. He dropped a dime by way of 2 5s. He says Brady rings are equivalent to WWE belts. Appreciate the Shaq that he also says, should interception be a stat for wide receivers too? I think there should be a stat for dropped interceptions and a stat for bounced off receivers' hands interceptions. I do think interceptions need a little more context, so that's fair, Shaq. That's fair, Shaq. That's fair. We don't wipe these 304 says McGovern got ran through more than a 304 with a 500K plus Snapchat score. God damn. Also, why did Tyler Biadasz help more with Zach Martin than McGovern? We're actually going to watch Offensive Line on Patreon in a little bit. I'll give you an answer. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Chat, what y'all got for me today? What y'all working on? Alvin says Voch was crazy as the best quarterbacks today have improved while still using attributes that they had prior to coming into the NFL. Shaking my head. Guess Dak trying to become something he isn't a drop back quarterback. Just asking. Well, I just think Dak developed. You know what I mean? He developed his passing. Like Josh Allen had to develop his passing. You know, Jalen Hurts had to develop his passing. Like we all have to develop our passing or their passing. You know, Lamar Jackson. It's just that, you know, Dak just developed the shit out of his. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Doom, doom, doom. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Sick of this bit. What Patreon package has film included in it? Shit, all of them. I just appreciate the love, man. If you want to drop $1 that's on your heart, I appreciate it. If you want to drop a $5 that's on your heart, I appreciate it, man. It's the love for me, you know? And bring me my turkey leg. Bring me my knife and my sword and my spear. Bring the winch and charlatans. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Come on in, come on in, come on in to the mess hall. Come on in. Let me scroll to make sure it's nothing else. Pelican leg, flamingo leg. All right, here we go. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume. That's just Voch, by the way, because Will Steele's not here. So that's me when he say that, right? At the volume, keep in mind that life produces no maestros, only students of varying shades of ineptitude. Keep in mind that life produces no maestros, only students of varying shades of ineptitudes. That's fire. We all learning, ladies and gentlemen. We all getting better. We all growing, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't nobody perfect. That's amazing. This quote perfectly represents the coaching staff if no one holds Kellen Moore accountable. Appreciate you, Marcus Hardison, putting in some good work, man. Fantastic quote, sir. Fantastic quote there, man. Fantastic quote there, man. Yeah, man, I think we all will get better, man. We ain't got no choice, but we got to get better, man. We got to get better. Including the run defense. We got to get better. You know, wide receivers, running back, quarterback, we all got to get better. There's me holding Dak accountable. Quarterback got to get better. I said it. On Voch Lombardi Live, I said that shit. All right. Let's spend a little more time answering questions here. Let's answer questions here. Let's spend a little more time answering questions. Spend a little more time answering questions here. Spend a little more time. Spend a little more time here. The defense is pulling the Kellen Moore. Oh no. Doom, 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 boom, doom, doom. Don't let all this confuse you from the fact that we scored 28 points 3 weeks straight after never scoring 28 points before that. God, sir. Kyle Cornett says, don't let all this distract you from the fact that we scored 28 points 3 weeks straight after never scoring 28 plus before Dak came back. I ain't reading nothing else. Cooper Rush. Love y'all to pieces, man. Love y'all to pieces, man. We didn't have Will Steele today, man, but we still show him love unconditionally, man. Shouts out to our guy Will Steele. Follow me at Skywalker Steele on social medias. Follow me on Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI on all my social medias, and patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. I'm about to pause. I'm about to go get something to eat. After I eat, I'm about to fire the Patreon up immediately, and we're going to watch offensive line. All right. I love y'all to pieces, man. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Weesky until tomorrow. Volume.